Yeah, I'm taken out by my own teammate.
Okay, if we can't get it moving, we'll switch it off. Okay, mate.
Come on! What the hell? Guys, come on! Oh, 2 races in a row!
In more recent times, fans have liked to point out that Lewis Hamilton has a crashing problem. In factuality, he's had a total of 30 DNFs in his career, making it a 9.2% DNF rate. When you isolate those where it was due to a crash, that figure becomes 3.9%, just 13 DNFs due to collisions. However, that's fairly normal for an F1 driver, and with 326 race starts under his belt, I'd say that's borderline impressive. It's not until you start looking at when those DNFs due to a collision occurred that it becomes kind of concerning. Of those 13 collisions, 6 of them have been on the first lap, half of that 6 in Belgium, a third of those 6 with his teammate. G'day guys, my name is F1 Luxem and thank you for clicking on today's video. This is just a quick note to say I'm very excited to share what I've found with you all. If you go on to enjoy today's video, please consider subscribing. Only 5% of you who watch my videos are subscribed, yet it helps out a small creator like myself immensely. Alright, enough of that. Let's crack on. Now, for whatever reason, in just under half of all Lewis Hamilton's DNFs due to a collision, they align with what you can expect from an F1 23 open lobby race start in one sense or another, but they all end in Hamilton's race being over. Lewis is usually quite pleasant with the media after an event like this, speaking openly about how he's disappointed to have taken the chance of points off the table for those working hard at the track and back at the factory. Even speaking after both collisions with his teammate in 2016 in Spain with Nico Rosberg, and after the 2023 Qatar incident with George Russell, but we all know this is media-trained bullshit answers. It's very rare to see a driver of Lewis's caliber crash and end his race, and although Twitter goes into a meltdown every time he does, of the last 3 seasons, he's had 1 crash resulting in a DNF in each of those seasons, with none in 2020 or 2019. But we aren't here to blow smoke up his ass. Let's chat about his strange first lap DNF pattern. His first lap DNF came in Belgium in 2009. This wasn't his fault though. He became a victim of Romain Grosjean's famous crashing antics after he slammed into the side of Hamilton. 1 year later in Monza, he again didn't complete the first lap. Fortunately for him, he didn't fall victim to Lewisi's demonstration of how to slide into the DMs. That was 2011. Instead, he went wheel to wheel with Felipe Massa through 4 and 5. Massa decided to suffocate Lewis of space, resulting in a broken steering arm. Maybe it's payback for 2008, although I don't think Massa is one to hold grudges, right? Right guys? His next first lap DNF wasn't until 2012, but if you guessed that it was in Belgium, you're right. In an ironic 44 lap race, Lewis decided the fastest way to turn 1 from the starting grid was through the grass. Can't go under it, can't go over it, can't go around it, right? Turns out, he could go through it, and by through it, I mean through Romain Grosjean and Fernando Alonso. At face value, it sounds like Lewis finally got his revenge on Grosjean, but Grosjean was the very man who pushed Lewis onto the grass in the first place, giving Romain the unique opportunity to pull out a 360 no-scope in an F1 race too. 2-0 Romain. Keep this in mind as well. For every year Lewis has had a lap 1 DNF, he also hasn't won a championship. This is absolutely clinching at straws, but I love a good coincidence. Next, we all know what happened in 2016. Lewis Hamilton v Nico Rosberg. However, this time, Romain Grosjean wasn't involved. Instead, Lewis visited the grass on his own accord, clearly not learning anything from Belgium in 2012, and hitting Nico while facing the other way. Quite spectacular, if you ask me. Next, we had to wait 6 years, but was it worth it? I don't know. I can tell you it is in Belgium though. Surprise, surprise. In 2022, he collided with Fernando Alonso again. Lewis 2, Fernando 0. The crack of the car hitting the ground would have been enough to break my spine, but luckily he was fine. Nothing more than just a bruised ego, especially after Fernando's very targeted and very personal team radio attack.
We had a mega start, but this guy only knows how to drive starting first.
For the 6th and final one, anyone who is up to date with F1 at the moment would have seen the dramatics that Lewis took into turn 1 in Qatar. But I, like many, find it easy just to blame the British guy with the blue helmet because it's easy and it's also kind of a reflex. But with Lewis behind on softs that wouldn't last more than like 3 laps, all he had to do was pass George, cleanly and then let George back past a few laps later cleanly. Together, as a team, they may have been able to fight Max Verstappen for the win, but going off Lewis's recent history, going wheel to wheel with him, and George's recent history with race wins and barriers, I doubt it. It's kind of funny how all of these have been in Lewis's non-championship winning years, how half of them have been in Belgium and a third with his teammate. I don't know for sure that any of this matters, but I do know that I'm putting my annual salary on Lewis Hamilton to DNF on lap 1 of the 2024 Belgium Grand Prix. If you did find this as interesting as I did, don't be scared to smash that like button so more people are exposed to this video, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. If you are a Twitch user and like my vibe, I stream there almost every day, but video games instead of picking apart drivers for fun. That link is in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I've been F1 Luke Sam, and you guys, as always, have been amazing. Stay safe.